Good morning to all. I think all of you are safe though. Do you remember what we have taken in the previous class? We have told the story about the boy who drew cats. We know that whenever the boy was alone, he drew cats. What kind of cats he drew? He drew big cats, small cats, white cats, grey cats, black cats, hungry cats, and he drew cats everywhere he could. Now, he was in that temple. Don't you remember that? And there was no one in that temple. And he began to draw cats. There are so many screens, white screens. He was very happy to be there. Even though he was lonely there, he was happy. Why? Because there are so many screens to draw his picture. That cat's picture. And after drawing all these cats, many kinds of cats. He drew big cats, small cats, white cats, grey cats, black cats, hungry cats. He drew all these kinds of cats and in the last he feels sleepy. Because he was traveling a long way to the temple, he was very tired. It was a very big palace, that temple. The little boy was lonely there. He could find anyone else there. No one is there. Now, he remembered the words of the priest. Do you remember what was that? Yes. Avoid large places, keep to small. Where he could find a place to sleep, he thinks. He searched everywhere to find a place to sleep. At last, he found a small cabinet with a sliding. Sliding means അങ്ങനെ നിരക്കി നീക്കുന്ന വാതിലുള്ള ഒരു ചെറിയ റൂം അവസാനം കണ്ടുപിടിച്ചു. He put himself into the cabinet, he shut the door and began to sleep. Could he sleep soundly? No. Something had awakened him. What was that? In the midnight, he heard some awful sounds, frightening noises, some screaming and the voices of fighting. If we hear such voices, what we will do? If we hear such noises, we will definitely come out and look what was happening there. But the boy didn't come out. Why? Yes, we know he was a little boy. He was fearful. Even though he heard such fearful fighting sound, he didn't even dare enough to come out of the room. And then come out of the room, even he was not dare enough to look through the chinks of the door. Chinks means villal. And that is why he kept himself inside the cabin throughout the night until the sun shone its rays through the chinks of the door. What did the boy see in the morning? The first thing the boy saw was all the floor of the temple was covered with blood. And then he saw an enormous rat, a monstrous rat, lying dead in the middle of the temple. Can you say who killed the rat? Can you say who killed the rat? Definitely the monstrous rat, the goblin rat. And we know the boy saw blood-stained pictures of the cats which he had drawn in the previous night. All the mouth of the cats he drew on the temple wall was stained by blood. you think of that? Can a picture, a non-living thing, like a picture, can attack and kill goblin? Can you think so? Sometimes art may do wonders, and artists too. The artists like Devi Varma Chitrangal. Don't you hear about that? Huh? Pictures of Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo. The pictures of all these artists were like that. Here, the boy became the famous artist in Japan. Afterwards, when he grown up, when he grew up, he became the famous artist in Japan. Do you know some of the pictures of the cats he drew are still kept in the temple of Japan? That means art never dies. Here in the beginning of the story, we can see no one allowed him to draw the pictures of cats. Don't you remember? But do you know in Japanese folk tale, there is a belief. Cats are considered as a good omen. Omen means? Omen. Shagunam. നല്ല ശകുനമാണ് ഒരു കാറ്റിന്റെ ഒരു പൂച്ചയെ കണ്ടിറങ്ങുന്നത് എങ്ങോട്ടെങ്കിലും പോകുമ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ പറയില്ലേ ദുശകുനാന്ന് പറയും കാടമ്പൂച്ച കുറുകെ ചാടി എന്ന് പറയും. Here in Japanese folk tale there is a belief cats are considered as good omens. They believe that if they keep a picture of a cat in somewhere in their house, it will bring happiness and a fortune to them. And you have to remember one thing. No one can restrict a born artist. There is an inborn talent in him. No one can restrict that. If you are really able, nothing can prevent you from doing that. Okay? Then, thus, that lesson ends there. I have given the question answers through WhatsApp. Did you write that? Then we have to enter into the next lesson, next poem. Don't you see that poem? Huh? It is that Taj Mahal. Have you heard of the wonders of the world? Wonders of the world. How many wonders are there? 7 wonders. And 7 wonders in the world. Can anybody tell me which are they? Is it a difficult question? No. Statue of Jesus Christ in Brazil. Christ the Redeemer. That is the first wonders of the world. 7 wonders. First 7 wonders. First one in 7 wonders. The statue of Jesus stands on 38 meters tall at the top of the which mountain? Corcovado mountain. Overlooking Rio de Janeiro. Designed by, what is the name of that Brazilian? A Brazilian artist. Brazilian Heitor de Silva. And created by French sculptor Paul what is that word? Lansowski. Paul Lansowski. The statue took 5 years to complete and was inaugurated on October 12, 1931. Then, next wonder, second one, the Great Wall of China. All of you heard about that. The Great Wall of China. The only thing we can see when we are in space. The Great Wall of China, 13,100 miles long, 30 feet height. Sorry, 30 feet wide, 50 feet height. It was built to link the existing fortifications into a united defense system and better keep invading Mongol tribes out of China. Don't you study about this China war in social studies? I think so. It is the largest man-made monument even to have been built, and it is disputed that it is the only one visible from space. Then next wonder, Machu Picchu in Peru. The 1st century, the Incan emperor built a city in the clouds on the mountain known as Machu Picchu, old mountain. That is the meaning, old mountain. Next wonder, Petra, the historical and archaeological city in southern Jordan. Then next one, it is the pyramid at Chichen Itza, Mexico. The large pre-Columbian city built by the Mayan people in Central period, in terminal Central period. Next one, Roman Colosseum in Rome, Italy. Next one, our Taj Mahal, Agra, in India, Agra. The Ivory White Palace on the bank of river Yamuna. Be proud to be an Indian. You know why? One of the 7 wonders are from our country. It is a great, magnificent, white, gleaming marble palace. Have you heard of it? Who built Taj Mahal? Very simple question. Everyone knows the answer, I think. It is Shah Jahan, the Mughal emperor, who was Shah Jahan? The Mughal emperor. Who was Mumtaz? Don't you hear about Mumtaz? She was the beautiful queen of the beautiful wife of Shah Jahan. Why did Shah Jahan build the Taj Mahal? Mumtaz had an untimely death. After the death of his wife, Shah Jahan was sad. He wanted to save the memory of Mumtaz. In order to preserve the memory of his dear departed wife, Shah Jahan built the Taj Mahal. You know, Shah Jahan was very right in doing so. When we see Taj Mahal, now we remember his beautiful queen. At the same time, we also remember Shah Jahan, the great builder of this white gleaming marble palace. Did you remember one more thing? The great love, the depth of the love and the intimacy in between a husband and a wife. And that is about this Taj Mahal. Then, who is the author of this poem? This beautiful poem was written by Rabindranath Tagore. I think there was no need of an introduction. He was, prior to all Indians, he was a teacher, poet, lyricist, educator, dramatist, novelist, philosopher, cartoonist, and what not. In fact, Tagore was many in one. Sagalagala Vallabhan. Ella fieldilum kazhivulla oral. He was the first Indian to get the Nobel Prize for Literature. It is in 1936. It was for his Gitanjali that Tagore had won the Nobel Prize. Don't you know? Huh? He had written a beautiful poem on Taj Mahal. Let us read the poem. Taj Mahal. You knew Emperor of India, Shah Jahan, that life, youth, wealth, renown, all float away down the stream of time. Your only dream was to preserve forever your heart's pain. The harsh thunder of imperial power would fade into sleep like a sunset's crimson splendor. But it was your hope that at least a single eternal howled sky would stay to grieve the sky. Though emeralds, rubies, pearls are all, but as the glitter of a rainbow checking out empty air and must pass away, yet till one solitary tear would hang on the cheek of time in the form of the white and gleaming Taj Mahal. Now, let me ask some questions. It will increase your power of understanding the poem. Well, here is the first question. What do you mean by the stream of time? The stream of time. The time is just as a stream. The stream never stops. It goes on and on. It flows on and on. Similarly, time also never stops. It tickles all the time. Tickles means മാറിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക. It tickles all the time. As time flows, what happens? As time flows, everything changes. Everything will die. Nothing will remain as it is. From the first part of the poem, what are the things will change as the time changes? As time changes, today's young people like you will become old and aged. Feeling scary? Don't worry. It is a law of nature. As time changes, the poor people will become rich. The rich can become poor. The famous people will become notorious. Notorious. What is the meaning? Kuprasiddhi. Opposite of famous. Everything changes as it goes. As in a stream. As the stream flows, all the things will change. Next question. What is the heart's pain of Shah Jahan? What is the heart's pain of Shah Jahan? Who was the wife of Shah Jahan? Can you say? Mumtaz. Mumtaz was the wife of Shah Jahan. She had an untimely death. I had told you. She had an untimely death. That was the heart's pain of Shah Jahan. The memories of his wife still haunts him. The love towards his wife was so deep. That is why he could not live without the memory of his wife. He is still remembering the good old days with his beautiful wife Mumtaz. What was Shah Jahan's dream? What was Shah Jahan's dream? To save the memories of Mumtaz. That was his dream. What did he do for that? He constructed the white gleaming marble palace on the shore of Yamuna. What was that building, that monument? Taj Mahal. He was not an ordinary man. This Shah Jahan was not an ordinary man. He was an emperor, a man of power. That is the meaning of emperor, the man of power. What power did Shah Jahan have? As an emperor, he had innumerable powers. Innumerable powers. Huh? Maybe it is unquestionable. Unquestionable authority. An emperor is an unquestionable authority. At times, these imperial powers can become nothing. Sometimes it may be thunderous and harsh, right? What will happen to these imperial powers as the tickling of time, as the time passes? Huh? As the time passes, these imperial powers became nothing. Like any other common man, these kings and emperors will come to dust. One day, they had to sleep and can't wake up. That means they will die. Surely they will die because they were mortals, not immortals. What happens to the sky at sunset? Next question. What happens to the sky at sunset? At sunset, the sky will be filled with innumerable colors, right? Don't you listen that? Huh? Don't you watch that? During the sunset time, there will be a treat of colors. It's violet, golden, red, purple, crimson. Huh? And it is dark brown, reddish. Reddish is the main color during the sunset time. Huh? Then how beautiful it is. Do you watch that? What a beautiful sight. Will the sky remain it for long? No. The sky cannot remain it for long. The sunset is for few minutes. Until the light will come down, the whole sky will colored with the darkness. Until that time, after the sunset, the darkness will come. Then the sky and its beauty are gone. In the darkness, there is no beauty. And that time only, one thing that you can hear from the sky. What is that? It is the sigh of the sky, cry of the sky. Why does the sky cry or sigh? The sky was beautiful, magnificent before the darkness comes. Seconds before, there was a color treat before the darkness came. But now, all gone. All grace is gone. That is why the sky cries. So, absolutely nothing is forever. The beauty of the sky, the commanding authority of kings, everything is for a small period. It is compared to the blinking of an eye. What is blinking of an eye? ഇമ അടച്ചു തുറക്കുന്ന സമയം. നമ്മൾ കണ്ണടച്ച് തുറക്കുന്ന സമയം. അത്രയേ ഉള്ളൂ നമ്മളുടെ ആയുസ്. എന്തിന്റെയും ജീവനുള്ള എന്തിന്റെയും ആയുസിന്റെ അളവ് പറയുമ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെ പറയാം. എന്താണ്? നമ്മൾ ഒന്ന് കണ്ണടച്ച് തുറക്കുന്നത് വരെയുള്ള ടൈം. Then In the last part of the poem, what are the precious stones mentioned? Try to find out it. What are they? Pearl, emerald, rubies. Can you see that? They are bright, graceful. But they won't remain bright and graceful for the whole period. Then we come across another natural phenomena. In the last part of the poem, did you see it? Yes, the beautiful rainbow. Will it remain in the sky for a long time? No, the rainbow comes and the rainbow goes. The beauty, the grace, all remained in this earth for a very short period of time. They are not forever. They are mortals, not immortals. Immortals means anashwaram, maranamillathathu. They are mortals. Maranamullabayanu idellam. Then it is here we understand the speciality of Taj Mahal. What's it? Taj Mahal is the tear of Shah Jahan's love. The love of Shah Jahan towards his wife. It is artistic. Art never dies. Art has no death. Art is immortal. In fact, the poem discusses a conflict between the dying thing and the never dying things, mortal and immortal things, the eternal things, eternal and transient things. Transient means naimishigam, oru nimisha nerathekku matramulla jeevitham. Try to find out all these things in the poem. Hope all you have appreciate the poem Taj Mahal. See you in the next class. Bye.